NextLevelMetaMAN here, and damn, this week's been a slow week. Everyone's just waiting on the ban list, and to be honest with you, everyone just wants that shit to come on out already. We want to know what to do, we want to know what to flip, we want to know what to get, we want to know what the meta's gonna be like, but Konami's just slow as fucking molasses. So, what the hell is there to talk about? I mean, we could talk about Worlds, but Worlds isn't really relevant. I mean, we could talk about the dude who won this year, Shunsuke. He won last year too. This nigga's like the protagonist out of a damn anime. Just listen to that name, Shunsuke. Or maybe that's just me. Now, I was thinking of some things that I could bring up just to be off the cuff and just sort of create my own area of discussion. And I had an idea. Now, given the fact that we don't know what the fuck's getting hit on the next ban list, have y'all noticed there is a huge uproar of like lockdown turn 1 decks out and about? It's honestly kind of absurd. With the release of Cyber Angels, which a lot of people don't think they're going to be that good, but when you're staring down a Herald first turn with 6 cards in hand, that shit is going to change your mind pretty fucking quick. Now, all things considered, Cyber Angels ain't the only deck around this lockdown oriented, right? You have the new Metaphor Yang Zings, right? You would think that that would give Yang Zing such a uproar of abilities to use against the opponent, but no, the deck just honestly revolves around lockdown now. They set up a Herald and a fucking Crystal Wing with a Tamamushin or whatever the fuck that card's name is, and lock you out turn 1. A lot of decks seem to be going around this formula, and even when DDDs come out at their prime, they're essentially the same thing. They're lockdown oriented with the new Caesar and other shit of that nature, just to keep your opponent out of the game, to win the game in the first turn, essentially, turning the game effectively into a coin toss. And even if you don't go with the lockdown variant, there's also a bunch of bullshit decks coming out with ABCs, and we already have Blue Eyes. It just makes going first seem really, really favorable. Maybe not in ABC's case, but when it comes to Cyber Angels, when it comes to Yang Zings, they're gonna want to go first. Go first and set up a board to completely lock your opponent out. That shit's pretty fucking strong. Now, with all that being said, what the hell can we do about it? We have cards like Raigeki, we have cards like Dark Hole, but those cards don't really do much. And to be honest with you, nobody even fucking plays them shits anymore, because so many people have answers for destruction. And so many people whose first turn boards are going to need something more than mass destruction to actually get rid of it. Raigeki is honestly nothing more than just, hey, I'm going to use one of your negates. Doesn't really work out too well. Until I stumbled upon this a while ago. Now, it doesn't happen too much anymore, but a while ago, I saw Lava Golems played in almost every deck in the OCG when I would look at the deck list from recent tournament results, things of that nature. So that begs the question, could Kaijus replace Raigeki? Now, at the same time, you think that might seem absurd, but I'm actually trying to rationalize this because, for one, a lot of people don't even play Raigeki anymore. People take it out because it makes your deck more consistent, because, playing your deck may be more important than mass destructing your opponent's board. Destruction doesn't really do it anymore, but could it be possible that if people do run Raigeki or have that open last slot in that deck, wouldn't the main deck Kaiju be one of the better options? To have that one card out to a bullshit lockdown or anything of that nature. I think that'll be extremely beneficial. Catch Blue Eyes off guard by tributing their synchro. Catch ABCs off guard when they have ABC Dragon. Not only does the card get sent to grave, is they can't chain to the Kaijus effect. So guess what? When it comes out, the monsters that it uses is still banished. It is honestly one of the most single effective ways to deal with ABCs. Yang Zing Metaphors, at least how they stand right now without the new support, don't too often leave a floatable Yang Zing on board. It's usually just a bunch of lockdown and things of that nature. Let's not even talk about Cyber Angels. You tribute that damn Herald, man, they're gonna be fucking crying. You tribute that shit and OTK the fuck out of them, and you don't gotta worry about it then. A lot of times I do worry about this game becoming a coin flip. The player who goes first wins, or any sort of variation of that. And I feel like that's where the game's going. Now granted, Blue Eyes isn't that type of deck. ABCs isn't really that type of deck. But a lot of decks that do that are on the come up. You know? Even with the way the DDDs play now, I'm a huge fan of DDDs. I can't wait for that deck to come out, but essentially first turn is just, I'm gonna lock your bitch ass out. You're not gonna play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Which is how Yu-Gi-Oh's sort of been going for a while. Seems like it's building up to this plateau of every deck must lock down. Every deck must be stunned. And I really hated that. Formats like Hat and things of that nature, that's not really my forte. I feel like if a deck's gonna be powerful as shit, I'd rather it just overpower the opponent completely and just completely lock them out of the game. It's just my preference. But maybe the Kaijus are sort of an answer to that. Think about it, just running one Kaiju or Lava Golem, yeah, by having that card you can outdo any floater 9 times out of 10, unless your name ends with Burning Abyss. Now, depending on the next ban list, I don't think they're going to touch Blue Eyes at all, you know, and we don't know if we're going to get all the ABC stuff and the deck be as strong as it is in the OCG. We probably are. Maybe that main deck Kaiju isn't such a bad idea. Every time I try to rationalize it, I'm just saying, these cards seem way better than Raigeki in almost every fucking way. So why not give it a shot? To be honest with you, this video is just more theory crafting and mindset forming to just sort of get the ball moving, to push forward discussion. So, I mean, tell me what you guys think, because I don't really know. It's a little hard to say. Would you really main deck a Kaiju just to hurt your opponent's lockdown potential? It seems like a good idea to me, but I'm not sure. But to be 100% real here, you're gonna have to have a format completely based around lockdown. We would probably have to see both Blue Eyes and Monarchs and Cosmo get hit before something like this would ever even seem viable. It's just something to think about, that when things get bad and things turn coin flippy, maybe we can always look back to the Kaijus to be our saving grace. But if you guys happen to test it, and I'm going to be testing this sort of stuff on the next few days, let me know. I'm trying to do a hero deck profile tomorrow and give my opinions on heroes in this format. So stick around for that. But I think I'll talk y'all ears off enough. This is Next Level Meta Man. Peace.